I'm moving to Montana soon. Gonna be a dental floss tycoon. Or maybe I'll just listen to today's Nice Guys on Business.
I think in the case of Saturday Night Live, it's amazing how many people it takes not to be funny. I mean, they've got 30 goddamn people between the comedians. I mean, when they first started, it was 5 people on the cast, right? It was like Gilda Radner and Chevy Chase. I mean, it was, and now it's 15 people on the cast. I don't even know that they do 15 skits in a night anymore. So some of them probably don't even make it. And then there's also a writer's team, and they're just not that funny.
Test engineer Tom, thanks.
I wonder if Tom's still a listener. Hey, Tom, could you give us a call, 4242 DJ Doug, and let us know if you're still listening? And just bang on your leg a little bit, so we know it's you. Clang, 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 clang.
The Nice Guys apologize for any inconvenience that this podcast has caused anyone. By the way, is there anyone listening who knows how to fly a plane? Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Okay, we're ready? We're going to do this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, let's just dive right into this.
We got to be really careful because Tim, Tennessee Tim, I'm just learning today that he's a very good shot. Very good shot indeed.
Excuse me?
He is. He's a really good shot.
Have we started the show yet? I mean, this is like good stuff for the show, I think. It sounds like you're just kind of telling me this, that Tennessee Tim is a good shot.
Well, I was just looking through. We were just chatting about the fact that we don't have a lot of topics to cover today, and I thought we had plenty of topics to cover.
No,
but if we were short a topic, I was going to tell you a little bit about Tennessee Tim's shooting qualifications, because holy shit, I'm looking at this target he sent me. 3 handguns, a 38, a 9mm, and a 40, and he's pretty much dead on the bullseye on every one of them.
Really? The only 40 I deal with is the kind where I pop the top and it takes me like 20 minutes to drink it as I'm walking down the strip in Las Vegas.
How long would it take you to drink 40 ounces of beer?
Depends how thirsty I am. If I drank a 40, I'd probably be done. But if it was my first one, if I was really thirsty, I could probably do it in 10 or 15 minutes, but I certainly couldn't freaking chug it.
Just so I understand, a 40 is literally 40 ounces, correct?
That's why they call it a 40.
I'm just making sure, because I've never purchased one, so I'm just making sure a 40 is 40 ounces. So that's the equivalent of, and a beer is it a 12, or beers are 12 or 16 ounces?
Depends. It's so like a can of beer typically is 12 ounces,
12, right,
but usually when you're at a bar, you got a pint, and that's 16. So,
a
40 is like 3 or 4 beers, basically, depending on what size beer you usually drink.
So you know me, and about 2 beers is about my limit. Usually it's 1. Usually it's 1 if it's a light beer.
You and I.
I mean, if it's a regular beer, it's 2 if it's light. Right. Yeah, well, Cosmos are pretty strong too. I just can't handle the volume. Just the sheer volume of all that liquid in my body is just 40
I'm
ounces.
With you. I'm not a huge beer drinker. And if I'm at a bar, if I'm drinking beer, I might have 3. I might have 4. But you're right. I can't remember the last time I had more than 4 beers, because I'm with you. I just don't drink.
And if you're at a bar and you're ordering mixed drinks, what would be where is kind of like that point where you just say, I probably should not go to the next drink?
Probably 27, 28, maybe. No, it totally depends. It just depends on what it is I'm drinking. I don't know.
I remember going out with Danielle when we were just dating, and we would be sitting at the bar, and she could drink. I was always the Cosmo drinker, or the lemon drop martini drinker, or whatever, just the foo pussy drinks, those kind. And she would be the Jack and Ginger drinker, or the gin and tonic, or whatever. And the bartender would always get the drinks mixed up. Like they would bring me the Jack and Ginger and give her the Cosmo. But I can remember that she could easily, without any even blinking or feeling any effect, she could probably have 3, maybe 4 drinks. I would say 4, she's probably feeling good. 3 drinks, no problem at all. I don't think I've ever had 3 drinks in one sitting.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I'm probably closer to Danielle. I'm about the same, but it's, you're a lightweight. By the way, welcome back. Welcome back, Funkin' fans. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. Since we never got to that. So Rick is a good shot. Why did he send you this target? just to show you his
well,
shooting
prowess? We were just chatting back and forth, and he mentioned that he was going to go shooting. So he sends me a text message. He says, I wrote to him, I love shooting, fun, be safe. He goes, safety third. What possibly could go wrong? Safety third. And then he sends me a picture of the target. And I would say of the 25 shots that are on this target, I would say probably 15 of them are within what I would consider the bullseye, or the first or the second circles. Mm-hmm. And then the other ones, they're all kill shots, every one of them. He's right in the core of the body. He's definitely a kill shot guy.
So you were basically texting him back saying nice grouping as you were changing your address, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Hey, I forget. Let me go back for a second about the drink thing, the drink comment about my wife, because I remember when I was dating my wife before I married her.
Sure.
Okay. And you remember when I first started going out with her, you're like, how the fuck did you get her to go out?
Right, like, dude, she's so far out of your league. Like,
I know.
Doug definitely married up, no doubt.
I know, I totally did. And you were actually even a little bit, I wouldn't say jealous because you're married, happily married, but I would say that it would have been nicer for you if you were able to go out to lunch with her as opposed to having me go out to lunch with her, right?
I first met Danielle a couple of years before, like you knew her from industry stuff, I think, right?
Right.
But like, probably at least a year or two before you started dating, right? And like she and I met at an industry thing and started talking, and then I took her out to dinner one night, as a planner, right? Like
absolutely.
To talk about the agency and stuff.
Yep.
She and I talked for like 3 hours, just shooting the shit, and ended up talking so much more personal stuff than business stuff. And I got to tell you, by the end of that, I definitely had a little crush on her. She's a sweetheart. I love her.
And what was so funny is, you remember that night you actually took a photo of her. Do you remember?
Oh yeah. I love that picture.
I know. I love that picture also. It's probably one of the best pictures that I've ever seen of her. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, with her clothes on. I'm just
okay.
I'm kidding. But that was a really good picture. And in my brain, I have a memory of that photo, of you sending me that photo of her. And I guess it was just across the table. And she was like, had that like sideways smile. And when you sent me that photo, all I kept thinking was, I am so in love with her. And I can't remember at that time if I had started dating her yet.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember. Anyway, I don't even remember why I brought it up, other than, because we were talking about drinking, and you guys, because you guys were probably pretty lit that night, I would say.
We had a couple drinks that night, yeah.
We were feeling no pain. No pain. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anywho, so let's see. Do we want to just mention Unfolding, or did we already do that?
Oh, yeah, unfolding.biz.
Do we want to have the condom conversation again?
Oh, my God. Yeah, we could wait till Thursday to do another ad for them, but why? I mean, after the condom conversation yesterday, if you haven't listened to yesterday's episode, we talk about unfolding.biz and the stuff that they have to offer. It's all promotional products, and it's really whatever promotional products you want. So I was thinking, sure, any promotional product you want. How about condoms? Well, sure enough, they do have not just one, but multiple options for condoms, and started talking about that. So we probably should talk about something different with unfolding.biz today.
Dildo.
What's that?
Well, I'm sorry. I thought I said dildo, but they don't have those. They don't have them.
Wow.
They don't. Hey, it's good that they have their limits. It really is good. It's good. They stop at condoms.
Oh,
hold on a minute. Hold on. IUD. Let's see if it's in there.
Oh, wow.
Nope, they don't have that either. Wait a minute. No. Wait a second. I bet they have this, though.
Charging cables for cell phones. Ooh, this is a good one right here.
Hold on.
I don't know what it is you're searching for.
I thought they might have they do. They do have women's personal care products. So you can actually get a woman's travel kit that is personalized. I don't think you can get the inside stuff personalized, but you can get like the outside of the package personalized.
I would really, really like to have Glenn as a sponsor again next month. I think we got to talk about some of the other products that he has that might be more popular, like 2-in-1 charging cable for cell phones and tablets. He's got these cool things, and it's branded, and basically it's got three little plugs on the end, whether you've got, USB or whether you got an iPhone or whether you've got a Superior Droid or something like that. And so it's whatever kind of phone somebody has, you can give it to them, and they've got all the different ones, which is cool. And then they also have Ready Charge portable charging cable and key ring, which I think is basically like little extra battery power, which would be really freaking cool. And you can get all of that branded with your company name from unfolding.biz. Not only that, you can get a 15% discount as long as you call them before September 30th and use the promo code 2NICEGUYS.
Hold on. Brass knuckles. See that either. Wow. Now I'm just like Googling everything that they possibly could do.
They've got probably hundreds, thousands of products. I mean, I'm sure it's hundreds. They probably have thousands of products that they can put your logo on. And what are you looking for now?
Rocket launcher.
Rocket launcher.
They don't have that. Wait a minute. Handgun. No, they don't have that. They don't have that either.
Under tools and hardware, you can get knives. That'd be cool.
Oh, wait. Shotgun. Oh, no. I thought they had shotgun shells, but they have 12-gauge shotgun shot glasses. That's pretty cool. That's a cool thing.
The world's best pizza cutter. Oh, I got a pizza cutter. I love that. Bottle opener, carabiner with flashlight and knife.
They do have a lot of good shit. So
that'd be handy. Bottle opener, carabiner, flashlight, and knife, like to use as a key ring. Yep. Oh, that'd be cool.
They have a lot of good stuff. Just go to their site, check it out, unfolding.biz. If you want to buy anything, you'll get a 15% discount. 2 nice guys, all uppercase, the number 2 at the beginning, 2 nice guys. Or you can call Glenn at 1-877-2-UNFOLD. All right, so that is unfolding.biz. Man, we are winding down to the end of the 900,000s now. We are almost at 1 million downloads.
When you say winding down, it sounds like we're wrapping something up. I thought we were ramping up to 1 million.
I don't know, Strick. I'm thinking maybe we just bail at a million. I mean,
just stop doing the podcast altogether.
I don't know. I mean, is it even in your brain that potentially an option?
Well, I don't know. Do you want more turnkey podcast customers?
Yeah, I guess.
Then I don't think we should stop.
I guess I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to do it for me again. And now that you put it in a different perspective, now I completely understand. We should continue.
I think we should continue too.
Okay, we'll do it. So, so I have a whole bunch of topics that I want to cover today, but I don't know where to start with them. Normally what we do is we do like a speed read of the topics, we spin the wheel, but the last couple of weeks, I don't know if we've done any of that. We've gotten a one wheel spin each of the 2 weeks that I can recall.
Yeah, but at least we start with the speed read of the topics. I think we've been doing that. So why don't let's focus on that this week. And we have a couple of voice messages too. We have one new one from Rick and one from Jared.
Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Rick, as always. Rick started a trend now, so he's gotten everybody. You know what's so nice about Rick? He's like the unsung hero that almost is quote unquote anonymous. If he didn't say his name, we'd have no idea who he was. We don't actually know his last name. We have no idea where to find him. He's left no trail. There's no trail.
We did get like one. We were asking people for a sketch of what you think Rick looks like. Did we get one on Facebook or was it on the Slack group?
Well, we got what I would think would be the interpretation of what I see as the sketch of Rick. And now that is my. If you are a contributor on Patreon, you actually have access to our Slack group. That sketch is now my profile picture.
That's hilarious. I love it.
On Slack. So and if you don't want to pay any money to be a part of Patreon, just join our Facebook community group and just scroll through. You'll see it's in there. It's very funny. Rick is a funny guy. He is a valuable contributor to the show, and he's asking for nothing in return.
I love that because we have nothing to give.
We don't. We actually, it's good. It matches up. We are perfectly aligned with our goals and what his expectations are. Nothing and nothing. We're really good. And
you know what else? Who was it? Who is the guy, the interview that you did that Jared references? What's his name? Adam, right. Adam Pierno. So Adam, it was interesting. You said, who do you relate to more, Doug or Strickland? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I remember that we haven't mentioned was he said, Strickland's got a little more rage to him. And I'm like,
yeah, that was great.
I like to think of it as passion, but you could call it rage, I guess. So I think that aligns with Rick really well because Rick is like all about he's all about that. Well, listen to his voicemail.
But you know who's we should probably listen to first, since you just set it up perfectly to do. I think Jared, doesn't he mention Adam in his voicemail?
He does, except that did Rick leave his voicemail first? I guess it doesn't really matter, right?
No,
does it
doesn't
what
matter.
order we play him in?
Okay. So just so everybody's got a little bit of a setup, why don't we do Jared's first? Because Rick's is really short and sweet, and I kind of like to tease Rick's because he's been leaving more regular voicemails than Jared. Although Jared is now competing quite nicely. Jared, you got to be a little bit more coherent. I'd say a little less pills and alcohol next time. Okay.
What? Why would we want more coherent? That's not nearly as fun.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Okay, Jared, a little more pills and alcohol. It will be great. Just go ahead and do it. Okay. So so you're gonna play. This is Jared making reference when he mentions Adam. Just so you know, he's mentioning the Adam Pierno episode that we just. What? Any idea? Yeah. Okay. What was the episode number? Hold on, just so everybody knows.
Do you have it?
I can probably tell you. Hold on. Andy.
P-I-E-R.
Let's see who's gonna get it first.
462.
Oh, I didn't come up with it. Okay. Oh, it's because I typed in Andy. That's why it's Adam.
That would do it. That would be it. Yeah.
Yeah,
you ready? Jared's voicemail?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so this is Jared's voicemail.
Okay.
Hey, guys. Jared here. So hopefully Rick doesn't call because this will probably never make it to the show. Anyway, I like how you guys are sticking up for Adam, so go for it. Stick up for him. That's cool. This is his chance, though. So, Adam, you know how to get a hold of me on Twitter. Just shoot it out there. You know, put it in their face that you really are a Funkin' fan and you listen to the show. Let everybody know, and just tweet it out there. Say, in your face. Put it out. That's all I'm saying, man. Love you guys. You rock. Keep it up. And yes, leave the cuss words. We fucking love you guys.
Just in case you didn't know what a cuss word is, we fucking love you guys. So he lost me a little bit about halfway through.
What? No, not at all. So a little bit. We don't like to do exposition. We don't like to do exposition, but I got to do it really quickly because we do need to explain this. So Adam Pierno came on, and Adam was aware of our secret word that we use sometimes in the intro if we think an interview is really not good. Right?
Okay, right.
And he basically said, I'm just going to beat this out when we do it. Okay. He basically said, look, it's as important to me. I don't want to hear you guys say spam a lot, in your intro. Right. So he knew that, but then at the end of the interview, you asked him, hey, if you got an invite to a party, what would you want the costume, what would you want the dress to be?
Right.
Which, of course, the answer should be tutu optional, which he didn't know, right? And so Rick was giving him a little bit of shit about that. Like, why didn't he know tutu optional? And I said, and obviously Jared agrees, that is on us. We don't mention it enough. I really think that, we will go weeks and weeks and weeks without saying, hey, by the way, if we ask you what the secret answer to, if you get an invite to a party, what do you want the dress code to be? Tutu optional is it. And I totally think Adam absolutely is a listener, absolutely is a Funkin' fan. Totally. We're going to mention tutu optional more often because, Adam, we're sorry, dude. We didn't mention it enough. You should have known, but you didn't know because we don't mention it enough.
That's definitely on us. But what was so great about the interview is that he was, again, I always think it's so funny when somebody comes on the show and they're like you can have a real conversation with both you and me, and somebody to be nervous or a little apprehensive or maybe have a little fear coming into the interview. I'm thinking, what happens when they go on like a real show?
I know, right?
So, that was a good one. So thank you, Jared. Next time, just a little bit shorter, buddy.
Damn. Now you're telling them what to do and shit. You don't have to do that.
I'm just kidding.
Jared, are we going to listen to Rick's now? We're going to save that for Thursday.
No, I don't. I can't wait for Rick. I can't wait till Thursday for Rick's.
Oh, okay.
Rick, okay. Jared, I love you and I appreciate your message. It's the whole anonymity thing with Rick really has me going here.
Okay. So let's listen to Rick.
Okay.
We ready? Okay, here we go.
Hey, Doug, it's Rick. It was a great interview today, Wednesday, September 13th. By the way, have you seen the movie a lot recently?
Oh, that was it. That's the whole message.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay.
By the way, for those of you who probably don't know, because I beeped it out, Rick apparently didn't really think that the Wednesday episode was good, and so he said the secret word that we beeped out. That if you want to know what the secret word is, you can donate on Patreon and find out.
All right, so I don't want to know what the secret word is because I already know that. But I do want to know, what episode was he referring to?
Wednesday. He said the date.
Okay, but what was it? That's what I'm asking you. Who was it?
Hey, Doug, it's Rick.
Let's take a look.
It was a great interview today, Wednesday, September 13th. By the way, have you seen the movie recently?
Wednesday, September 13th. Let's take
All right, so what interview? But I couldn't tell if he was being... All right, so hold on. So
I got to look it up on Libsyn because I don't remember.
Well, that's what I'm looking too. Oh, that was
that was episode
Tommy,
number.
That was Tommy Lamas.
Oh, I like that.
Come on.
Okay, you're right.
Right,
so Rick, wait a minute. You know what's interesting? Because I said the same thing to Doug.
Right.
I don't think Tommy's going to be a listener anymore. I mean, if he
no,
is,
hold
dude,
on
I'm
a
sorry.
second. No, wait. I think where you're going. I like where you're going to head on this because we've had a conversation. We had a conversation specifically about Tommy Lama and the type of guest or the type of person that Tommy Lama is. So I think that what you're about to say is not a slam on Tommy Lama or his ability to entertain or to do what he does. Right. I think it's the environment that we put him in. So again,
but also
on
maybe
us.
if he's going to do more interviews. Okay, so for those of you who didn't listen to the episode, Tommy Lama is this character. Okay, the guy's name is comedian Tommy Savitt, right? And he has a character called Tommy Lama, and he's basically a motivational speaker, but he is a demotivational speaker, right? Like he's like a Brooklyn asshole. You know?
He's almost like the Andrew Dice Clay. I hate to say that.
Oh my God, that's so perfect, right? He's the Andrew Dice Clay of motivational speakers.
Right. Okay.
He's like, so if you got some problems in your life, I recommend banging your head against the wall for about 5 minutes, because then your head will hurt so much you'll forget your fucking problems. Shit like that, right?
Right.
And some of the things that he said, it was in the interview. It was obvious that it was like pulled from his act,
part
like
of his
specific
act.
things with his act, right?
Yes.
Those things were really funny, right? But he kind of kept going back and forth between being Tommy Savitt
and Tommy
Lama.
Yes.
One or like if he had come on and done the interview as, hey, I'm Tommy Savitt, and here is this character I play, and here's some of the things we do, and here's some of the funny things that the character does. Okay, cool, right? Or if he came on and he just was this character, right?
Yep.
He's like, I am Tommy Lama, and he stayed in character the whole time. That would have been hilarious too. But it's like he was kind of trying to figure out which to be, and it just wasn't that entertaining because it wasn't focused.
Well, part of it though was I didn't know where to. I couldn't. It was very hard to ask him a question, not knowing which guy I was.
Right. Are you asking Tommy Savitt or are you asking Tommy Lama?
Like, who am I getting the answer from?
Right,
and so again, not on. I probably should have done a better job of setting it up for him. That's why I'm saying a lot of this is on me, because if I would have just said, "Okay, Tommy, you have 20 minutes. I'm going to start you off. I'm going to introduce you and just do a set," that would have been one thing. But it was not that way. It was, you're going to be, I know you're going to be funny because you're a funny guy, but then I want to know about how you built your business and what your business is about, and kind of like the behind the scenes about Tommy Savitt. And when I was asking him those questions, that's when he was being the Tommy Savitt answer. And I know that I derailed him a couple of times, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't mean to do it. Maybe I should just shut up. So anyway, so play the message from Rick again, and let me decipher it a little bit more, because I'm thinking that Rick actually.
That's it. All he said was, "Hey, your interview on Wednesday," and he said the secret word. I mean, that's all. That's the whole voicemail.
But no, it's not. But if you listen to the nuance of the message, it was he did like the interview, but then he says something about the interview. Maybe I don't even. Just play it again. It's like 5. It's like 10 seconds.
The whole thing is like 7 seconds long. What are you talking about? Analyzing it and shit. Like,
you don't have. It's not going to be like.
If you listen to the down tone and his pitch goes up here, I think what he was really what the fuck are you? It's 8 seconds long. I mean,
then play the fucking message again, would you?
Hey, Doug, it's Rick. It was a great interview today, Wednesday, September 13th. By the way, have you seen the movie recently?
So that's where I got confused. So why did he say it was a great interview and then make the spam a lot? That's what I'm saying.
Let me think about this. We have a guy, Rick, and he's left half a dozen or so messages, right? Now, what do you think would be the primary characteristic that we know of Rick?
Well, the way that I look at Rick is Rick tends to be more of a pretty negative guy. That's how I see it. And so why did he say anything good about the interview then? Why didn't he just say, I think that interview was and then the code word? Why did he even say it was a good interview?
You know, I'm not going to lead this anymore. I'm just going to get right to the answer. There's one word that comes to mind when I think of Rick. Well, aside from angry, okay? Past angry. The second word, only two words I think of when I think of Rick.
What's the other one?
Right? Sarcasm. Dude, when Rick says, great interview, what does he mean? He means, fuck. Great interview, Doug. That's what he means.
Here, this is where I'm going to argue with you a little bit. I think that Rick is more direct than that. I think that his angry, I think angry exceeds sarcasm in this particular case. I think if he would have just been angry.
Totally disagree. Rick, you got to call and clarify, but I'm telling you, maybe we'll have to put it up on Facebook, right? We'll put the audio clip on Facebook and we'll let our listeners listen to it.
Was Rick angry, sarcastic, both?
Well, here's the thing, right? Like when I think of sarcasm, right? Like if I was going to say that sarcastically, right? I would say, great interview, Doug, right? Like that, right? But Rick is monotone. That's Rick. That's who he is. That's what he's all about. So him saying, great interview, Doug. Come on. It's totally sarcastic. Absolutely 100%. And you're right. If he hadn't said afterwards, like, seen the movie, I'm not going to say it again because I'll just beep it again. But then, like, dude, totally saying it sarcastically.
All right. That's fine.
Totally sarcastic.
Okay. I'm with you. I don't agree with you, but
let's put it this way. Doug, what did you think of the interview? You didn't think it was that great, right? So do you think that Rick had a totally opposite view of it and he was just calling to tell us that?
No,
because
you're
nowhere
right.
did we ever indicate that we didn't think it was good.
I'm on the same page as you. I until you just said what you just said, what did you think about it? I think you're right.
Right. Like if you thought it was a ridiculously good interview, then
there are some interviews that I pull out of the interview and I'm thinking, man, I wish I didn't think that was such a hot interview. And then I hear feedback from the community and they're like, man, love that interview, or that was really good, and like no negative. And then there are some interviews that I'm like, oh, geez, I think that was a really good interview, and somebody will say, no, that was really bad. Like then I get that whole my feelings get hurt thing. So
Funkin' fans, if you want to chime in, call 4242 DJ Doug. Leave us a message anytime. Or what's the speak pipe? You can go to your website, right?
Yeah, we're going to keep the speak pipe open for about another 2 or 3 weeks until right after we go over the 1 million downloads, which will be in about 25 or so days.
Right after we have to pay for it again.
Right, exactly. It's $8, man. I don't want to pay the $8 if I don't have to.
Right.
Now that I'm tracking my expenses a little bit more legitimately, now that we actually have a real business.
I know, right? Scary, right?
So, anyway, okay. How far are we into this episode? We have not, again.
26 minutes.
Oh, shit. We didn't even do speed read.
Well, we could tease it like we seem to be doing lately. We'll do the speed read of the topics, and that'll tease our Thursday episode.
All right. So you want to do the speed read now, or do you want to wait a few more minutes to do the speed read of this?
Let's do the speed read right now. Why not? Okay. I got it right here in front of me. Let's do it.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just going to end it? Or are we going to go a little long?
No,
let's just end it. We have been really going over with episodes lately, and it's not polite to our Funkin' fans. We've been doing like Tuesday and Thursday 40, 55-minute episodes, and it's not nice, so we should keep it tight.
All right, but before we keep it tight, can I just mention one thing? Can I just say one thing?
Sure, Doug, go ahead.
So I had a surprise visitor in town tonight. My friend David Sachs, who is from Florida, and he was visiting his family and some of the businesses that he has. He's got some rental properties up here in DC. He was visiting, and my son said, "Hey, I have a surprise visitor for you to go out to dinner." So I met my son and my mom and
Where
Dave.
Is he from in Florida?
He is from West Palm. So they didn't get clobbered like the West Coast got clobbered, but they did have a little bit of damage. I didn't go into it to a certain degree, heavy extent. But he said a lot of people are still without power, and this is well over a week.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if he got clobbered with the hurricane, like he's got rental properties up here, right? It's kind of like Hey, how you doing? Thanks. I know you've been renting from me for about 2 years, but guess what? I'm moving in with you for about a month.
No, fortunately, I don't think he has to do that. So I was chatting with him, and he is a listener to the show. So David Sachs, thank you for listening to the show. But he did say to me, he said, I got to tell you, one of my favorite episodes that I've listened to was the Nice Guys on Southwest.
Oh, nice.
And so he said to me, and I've heard this a couple of times from other community members. They said, "Was that a setup?"
Oh my God, no.
I said no. I said it was as legitimate as it could be. I think that probably was one of my favorite episodes. I don't even know if I posted that on my website. I don't know. Can you? Is it possible while I say it again?
Well, you usually don't. You just do the interview ones. You know what's funny? You ever seen the show Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like improv show, right?
Right.
And it's amazing to me when I watch Whose Line Is It Anyway, because I'll watch Saturday Night Live, right? Mm-hmm. And every once in a while, I think Saturday Night Live does something kind of funny, but overall, I don't think it's really that funny, right?
Right.
And Saturday Night Live, they have now like 17 cast members.
I know.
And so all the cast members are on the writing team, right? Like they all write jokes. But they also have a writing team of like 15
that's
people.
what I was going to say. It's incredible how many people it takes to be funny. It's like if you're funny or
I
you're
think
not.
in the case of Saturday Night Live, it's amazing how many people it takes not to be funny. I mean, they've got 30 goddamn people between the comedians. I mean, when they first started, it was 5 people on the cast, right? It was like Gilda Radner and Chevy Chase. I mean, it was big. And now it's 15 people on the cast. I don't even know that they do 15 skits in a night anymore. So some of them probably don't even make it. And then there's also a writer's team, and they're just not that funny.
So are you saying like Whose Line Is It Anyway? There's like 4 guys on there, and
they
are
no ridiculously funny.
Right.
And what's hilarious too, a friend of mine told me once he actually saw the taping of it, and apparently they do this for each show, right? They'll do 2 to 2.5 hours, right? And then they boil it down to the funniest 30 minutes, right? And so this person was saying to me, oh yeah, well shit, of course, if they do 2.5 hours and they boil it down to the funniest 30 minutes, of course it's funny. I'm like, dude, 30 people on Saturday Night Live do nothing all week but focus on what they're going to write funny, and they're not as funny as these guys doing it off the top of their head.
But I also think it has to do with your level of comfort that you have with the environment. Like when we first started podcasting, and go back and listen to any of our first 100, 200 episodes, we tried to be funny, and we were fucking not funny. True. And I'm not saying that we're hilarious now, but I can tell you that I feel so much more comfortable with the microphone in front of my face, having you be 40 miles away, actually preferring you not sitting next to me. It's more it's more challenging when I have you here, because now I'm only dealing with the vocal. Before then I had to deal with the body language and the whole, all of that. And so for me, it's like all about how comfortable are you? And I would say that you and I are so comfortable with the banter back and forth that when we introduced tech engineer Tom into the environment on Southwest, plus we had test engineer Tom. Thanks.
I wonder if Tom's still a listener. Hey Tom, could you give us a call 4242 DJ Doug and let us know if you're still listening? And just bang on your leg a little bit, so we know it's you. Clang, 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 clang.
I hope he listens to this show. That would be great.
I hope so too.
That would be great. So we got so much energy from not only test engineer Tom, but from Dave and Matt, the two flight attendants that were on Southwest at the time, and then the fact that we were actually doing it on a plane from the front seat. The entire environment just made it feel so right. So yes, David, that was not a setup. Strick, if it's possible, could you just mention do you happen to know what the episode numbers are?
Episode number. And it's so funny too, because it's like reality TV nowadays, right? Like there's no such thing as reality TV. It's all scripted. Yeah. Now, it may not be totally, completely, exactly scripted, but all the situations and all that shit, right? So it's like No, we're like really real. This is all
this is a
do.
episode.
We just make the shit up as we go along.
453. 453. Episode 453. Yeah, even though it was just an episode or 2 episodes that were just you and me, they were so good that I posted them anyway.
Oh,
episode 453. That was just 20 or so episodes.
The nice guys on Southwest.
Yeah, you'll like the logo too. Check out the cover art.
I love the logo. I love the logo where you switched out our heart for the Southwest heart. I love that.
Proven. We are still nobody because nobody from Southwest actually called us to complain that we're using their logo inappropriately.
Oh, good. That's good.
Yeah.
I think they should have a Southwest podcast. I got to talk to them about it. When I get a few free seconds, which won't happen for another 2 years.
That's not going to happen.
Are we going to do the speed read of the topics now?
Yeah. Yep. Now that we're 40 minutes in, probably at this point.
Okay, speed reading the topics, and then we are going to end the episode immediately. And then if you want to hear any of these topics, you have to listen on to Thursday. You ready?
Okay. I'm not happy about it, but
no commenting on any of the topics. That's what we're going to do on Thursday. I'm ending the episode right after.
Not going to even be able to say anything?
Exactly, nothing.
So you after the
well, because as soon as I say Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
So wait, so hold on, just so I can get prepared. When I say my last words, whatever they are, before you do the speed read, at the tail end of you doing the speed read, you're actually just going to say Steve O'Brien, take us out of here, and then I'm not even going to be able to. I will have no capability of adding any words at any point.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Yes.
I don't know if I like this plan.
Did you have something specific that you want to say after I speed read the topics?
The thing I would like to just, I need a little bit of help because it's early in the week still, and we're still have a couple of days left to go. And the challenge is, I ran out of. I was watching. What the hell? Hell on Wheels on Netflix, and I ran out of episodes. I finished with all 5 seasons, and I started watching.
What's Hell on Wheels?
Hell on Wheels is like one of the made for Netflix or made for AMC or whatever, and they now carry all the seasons on Netflix.
Okay,
but now I'm on to the next. I'm like struggling with finding a new show, and I actually found a couple of episodes of Narcos that I watched.
I've heard that's very good.
And it really is good, which leads me to understand why I like this style of show. I mean, they do a lot of exposition on the show. And when they're doing exposition on the show, I'm thinking, Strickland would not like this. He would not approve of you doing exposition.
Well, what is Hell on Wheels about?
Hell on Wheels is about the Intercontinental Railroad that goes from New York to it goes across the continent. I guess that's what that means. So they just talk about the race, and it's done in the 1800s, and the problem that the couple of different railroad companies have with each other and with the government, and it in the Indian, Native American population getting destroyed, and the buffalo. It was a really good. I love westerns, but I also love like shoot 'em up gangster movies. So I'm totally into like the Quentin Tarantino style movie, and Narcos reminds me very much of a Quentin Tarantino style. And I'm thinking that the director or the creator of that show probably used Quentin Tarantino as one of his has his as inspiration. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Does anybody watch Narcos? Does anybody know anything about it? I'd love to hear more information about it from people that I trust in our community rather than just Googling it. That's it. Okay, now you can do the speed read. I feel like I've said all the words I need to say. So
what you're saying is you had another hidden topic that's not on the topic list that you wanted to make sure and squeeze in before I get to the topic list.
Well, I have a lot of hidden topics, but I sometimes get afraid if I put them on the topics wheel that you're going to get mad at me because I'm looking at the topics wheel right now and you're running out of felt.
Dude, you can add as many as you want. I'm just going to make the ones that I like bigger and the ones I don't like smaller. I mean,
where do you get the felt from? I've been shopping the entire week. Do you just go like to Hobby Lobby and buy the felt? And is there like a certain thickness of felt? I mean, I know I just don't want to fuck up.
Dude, I buy it in bulk. You don't have to worry. You're thinking way too hard on this. You don't need to worry about it. I got that taken care of. As soon as you come up with too many topics that won't fit on the topic wheel, I'll tell you, but it's not going to happen.
But part
this
of the
is
issue
a well-designed topic wheel. I've designed it for many possibilities of many dozens of topics if needed.
When I originally started looking for felt, because I was over at Hobby Lobby and I was looking at it, and they sell felt in these 8.5 by 11 sheets, and I thought, no, because the actual sliver,
focus, Doug, focus.
I'm trying to focus, Mar. I'm thinking about the topics wheel. So it's like a pie-shaped piece. You know, you have to taper down because towards the middle of the wheel it's skinny, and towards the top of the wheel it gets thicker. And an 8.5 by 11 piece of felt just isn't going to fit. So I was thinking, do you buy rolls of felt for this? And do you have the felt already in hand?
Do you know what's amazing about felt?
What is it?
You can cut it. So yes, of course, I need little pie-shaped ones, but I have bulk felt in all the colors that I need. I actually have a wheel of topics closet where I have my organized felt in my closet, all the different colors, and the way that I set it up, of course, I have my little pie wedges of each topic name, right?
Right.
I basically will print out the topic and put it onto the felt. So I reuse the felt depending on what size felt I want to use for whatever topic.
Wait, are the letters for the topic, are they in felt also, or do you use like a Krylon machine and do it?
Right, that's it exactly. So I basically print out the actual topic and then I tape it to the felt piece of whichever size felt piece, size and color that I want for that appropriate
All right,
topic.
I'm good now. I'm good. I just needed a little bit more explanation of the topics wheel. You know, when we go on the road, we're either going to have to take that wheel with us.
It's pretty big.
Oh man! So God,
I might have to make a travel version of it.
That's right, a travel version.
I'll have to make a travel version.
I had dinner with Anna. I forgot to tell you. Did I tell you this? When I was out in Arizona, did I tell you I had dinner with Anna?
How many more topics that are not on the list are we going to get to before we wrap up this episode quickly, even though it's 39 minutes long now?
Hold on, wait. I'm going to write this in the topics. Hold on, Anna.
Your kids are your faces cover on. Hey, Sloggers, what do you think about a contest? Reading the reviews on iTunes. We get many less. Share the love. Paul Moran of Facebook knows everything. Are you sure it was a birthday? Comic Con never responded to my tweets. Maybe they came and went, but show up to the place with a happy ending result. Was Arizona underwater prehistoric times? The landscape is so underwater looking. People in Arizona, God-fearing folks with a lot of adult bookstores. Just so you know, you have absolutely nothing planned for 1 million. Just another day, and we fucking love it. Steve O'Brien, please take us out of here.
The Nice Guys on Business are professional podcasters. Please do not try this at home. It may seem simple, kids, but lots of people get hurt in the process. Void where prohibited, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, Fredonia, or your in-laws. The Nice Guys on Business are not responsible for any claims of liability or any guarantee that these two morons know what they're talking about. There is no promise that being nice to people will help your business, but calling people assholes, dumb, incontinent fuckwads will definitely lose you business. For any and all claims, shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one fills up first. Thank you for listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. I'm Steve O'Brien.
God, I did not expect you to start so quickly.
No shit, of course. I had to do that or we were never going to end the goddamn episode because you kept coming up with new topics.
You missed the last topic. I put it on the topics.
No,
you gotta refresh. You have to refresh.
Why do you think I read it so quickly? Because
I tried to. You know, it was kind of like the roulette wheel. You know, I just had to put that one bet more down.
Right. And you know what the problem was? I had already waved my hand over the board saying no more bets, no more bets, and you ignored me, which meant you got kicked out of the casino. So
what happens when you? Oh, is that what happens?
No, they basically tell you.
Have you ever been kicked out of a casino?
No, but I could work on that. I could try. What was the line I heard? Somebody was it Sean? I just heard a line the other day that said, somebody said you should visit. You should plan on visiting every place twice. Once to have a good time, and second time to apologize for it.
Well, as I was doing my keynote speech, the guy that hired me. Oh my gosh, this was the funniest intro. Oh shit, maybe let's just bring this.
Are we going to do that for the episode?
Yeah, let's just bring this up on Thursday. Bring this up on Thursday. Okay.
Okay.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.